I'm here with Officer Katy Statler from the Rockford Police Department. She is a recruiting officer, and the cool thing that we're here to talk about is that the department is hiring new officers, and I believe the starting pay is over 52 grand?
Correct, starting in August of this year. That's
awesome.
What it'll be.
So July 28th is the deadline to apply, and I wanted to ask you right off the bat because I've lived here 22 years. I love Rockford. I don't ever want to leave. I care about the people, I care about the progress of our city, and I know it's been a long time coming. We've got a brand new chief, and the image of the police department, while it wasn't of their own doing, just started to go downward. And I think people were upset that they felt they were not safe enough in this community. And the police department, let the truth be told, is working very hard to keep this community safe. So that relationship between the department and the community needs to get better, and it has gotten better, and I don't think enough people are paying attention to that. We've had some great stories in the last couple of weeks about how the officers are doing some tremendous things in communities all around Rockford, but now we need to find new officers who maybe are still community minded just like that. So if I could ask you, in a dream world as a recruiting officer, what would be the 5 greatest qualities to make a great Rockford police officer?
You actually said it in your intro. Even if you don't grow up in Rockford, that doesn't mean you can't make Rockford. You become Rockford-oriented, I think is the word that a lot of people are saying. We need somebody that can come in, and communication is key. You have to be able to come in, own a room, and either it has to be in a manner where you have to be assertive and you have to get straight to the point, or if you're just coming in for a conversation. With the Rockford Police Department, we have come a long way, and I think with Chief Dan O'Shea, and especially with community-oriented policing, not just our community service officers, but our line officers, like you were saying. We do our block parties. We have events at District 2 now. We have that wonderful gym where we reach out with the Rock House kids. Tomorrow we're having a father-daughter dance, if I can throw that out there, at District 2. So we are trying, and some of it's just baby steps, to get back out there. But we need officers that think outside the box. We're not just going to calls. If we have to make an arrest, you make an arrest. If you don't, then you go on to the next calls. We have those officers that take that extra step. Maybe they can solve that problem just by listening for 5 minutes. You actually have to care. Some people are born knowing that they want to be police officers. Other ones are kind of on the fence. And I want the ones that are kind of on the fence to reach out to me. Reach out to any Rockford police officer that you see on the street and say, why do you enjoy being a Rockford police officer?
That's a great question. Can we just divert from that? Let me ask you that question. How long have you been with the department?
I've been with the city of Rockford for going on 11 years almost in August, but I was a Winnebago County Correctional Officer for 7.5 years before that. So for me, being a Rockford police officer, I had options to go to a different department before I came to the city. And I truly came to the city because of the type of police officer that I wanted to be. I enjoy being busy. You have to realize with the crime that we do in Rockford, you're going to be busy. It's going to be from the good field calls where somebody just needs and you need advice, or it's going to be a shooting. Unfortunately, maybe it might be a murder. And you have depths in between each call. And I wanted that diversity. I wanted to be able to know that I put on my uniform every day, I'm actually helping somebody. And you know, it's as simple as if I'm walking into a store, and I do this in my own personal life, but if you're walking into a store as an officer, open the door for somebody. Help that elderly lady take the shopping cart inside. Help her, put the groceries into her car. They need to realize that, and a lot of people don't, and this is what the bear we're trying to meet, that I'm still just Katy. I'm still a mother of 3. I'm a wife, and I am not just a police officer. So when I go into a room, I try to take, like you said, you can be intimidating as an officer just walking into a room. And I'm dressed down, but some people still even get that intimidation factor because we have a badge and we have a gun. So for me, it's just communication is what does wonderful for me. And when we say strength, it's not just in muscle size. It is also physically and mentally being strong enough to be a police officer. And the qualified person that I know that Chief O'Shea wants, and as just a regular officer that I want as a co-worker, is somebody that cares about their job and cares about the people in Rockford. If you do not care about the people in Rockford and you don't want to help us grow and become a better community, then I asked you to go to a different police department.
I almost kind of feel like I should apologize that at the beginning of this I made it sort of about money, and money is important.
Correct.
But, you know, that comes secondary to caring about where you live. Like I said, I love Rockford, and I don't believe I possess the courage that it would take to protect the community in the ways that you and your fellow officers do. But I know this community is full of men and women who can and who should. And I really encourage you to see the link below and read about exactly how you can apply to become an officer. Now, it's a multi-step process, and so that's why the July 28th deadline is important, because you need to get through these steps, you know, and they take some time. So if you're feeling it right here, and we all do, there's that special feeling you'll have in your heart when you know you're being called to do something important, answer that, because it could just be the next great thing that happens to our community.
And if they're on the fence, call me. Let me be the one that helps you decide what side you want to go on. And hopefully it's the Blue Line family, because we're all a family at the end of the day.
Tell them the phone number.
You can call me direct at 779-500-6628. And call me any time of day and night. And if I can answer you, I will. And if I can't, I know plenty of other smart people in the department that can help.
Thank you for serving this community.
Thank you for helping us.
You bet, Katie. Thank you.